Hold up. No, we're not. Yeah.
We're starting over? We failed it.
Fail it?
Put it to the ground. Start over.
I mean, we're starting and we're here and we're live and the music's kind of playing.
Keep it, okay.
Yeah, no, we're dongle and all. The dongle fucked me up. I am Billy at _Swan_man on Twitter, repping for the One Stop Geek Shop podcast, which you can find on Twitter, I guess, at One Stop, but it's all fucking not right. Turn the music way.
Fine, it works fine. One Stop Geek Shop.
But it's with a zero.
If you are all zeros, that's all you got.
If you search One Stop Geek Shop like the YouTube channel, which you can peruse right now, plenty of hot, juicy unboxings with some of the top toys of the day and even a few retros coming in and out, like that Full Moon Radu is not new, it's quite old. But yeah, that's spelled proper, but well, how do you find us on Twitter then? I mean, it's a pinned tweet with the podcast, but
by listening to the podcast and hearing us talk about it.
But if they can't find it because it's tied to the Twitter account, Bierski, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yes, this is the difficulty we're having building a following.
Is that you can't find the Twitter page that hosts most of the premium content. Premium stuff. Very good. Who the hell are you, anyway? Dongle.
Well,
Dongle Dave!
I am David. At Ricochet_19 on Twitter.com.
Nice Transformers reference.
Thank you.
And we're playing live through the pandemic. I've had my own personal scare. This week, not like a month ago, where there was also a personal scare. This one's different but the same. So, we're hanging in there! Are we? I don't know. But today is top 5 peg warmers. We're getting pegged.
Ugh. To each their own.
You just relax, and it won't be as jarring. But I've got my top 5 right here after we get through the news of the day. Does that sound good?
Let's do the news.
The news? The hunt! It's so much more aggressive that way. Well, no, that gets too sticky, and then we really lose a fan base. And more death threats, which already had, like...
Are we getting death threats? No way.
No, I would love that. I'd love any kind of interaction with the fan base. Is there a fan base? Can't tell, because they couldn't find our Twitter, but, you know, they found... Whispers in the dark. But we've been downloaded, and it is, much like the coronavirus, exponentially growing, but very slowly. 8 downloads! YouTube channel's got stuff! Not 8 total, but I mean like on average per episode or something like that?
Oh, nice. That's even better. I'm happy with 8 total.
Yeah, they're using us for whatever they're using us for, and not interacting. They're using us for like pet hospice or something, so they can hear human voices. But we like to start this show with the hunt, the things that we've been hunting action figure-wise. It is an action figure and toy podcast. So yeah, how was your hunt? Since last we spoke.
Since last we recorded, my hunt has been terrible.
Cool.
This city that I live in is a wasteland.
This stinking
It is nothing but bare pegs and...
Not a peg warmer in sight.
And figures from Wave 1s of last year. So, nothing.
Those sound like collector items to me. It sounds like an opportunity to flip those at Comic-Con next year. Twice their value.
Be my guest.
Well, for you. I mean, we got so many Sterilite totes. My hunt has been a fortuitous one, thanks to pre-orders, and pandemic panic leads to, like, panic shopping, where it's like, if I'm gonna die, it's not without enjoying some little tiny plastic people. So fuck you, coronavirus / responsible parties. You can't. It's an audio podcast, but I'm gesturing crudely. So this AEW.
I have a phone, so I'll have to take his word for it too, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah, AEW 2 Unrivaled pre-orders dropped. About half of them because shipping. Because things are wonky, and these are with the scaled up flesh tones and the variety of characters from Wave 2. Solid Wave 2, which you can check out the unboxing, but it's got Jon Moxley, Hangman Adam Page, MJF, Pentagon, Ray Phoenix, and I feel like I'm missing one. Is that 6? Oh, Dustin. The Natural Nightmare, Dustin Rhodes. And the infamous Tall, possibly too tall for action figure scale. I'm fine with it, because it works within the scale as mentioned by other, sources in the community. It's like, it works for their scale. Is it 1-to-1 with Mattel Elites? Hand wibble motion?
Quit teasing. Who's too tall?
Dustin Rhodes. The Natural Nightmare. He is a bit lanky, but maybe Cody's just too short with his first figure? But who can... I mean, this is like not science, so... But that came in, so I was one of the lucky ones to get it early, because when it's AEW, I just... Off top. Boom. Pre-order. Done. Fuck it. Because it's worth it to me. Until they get to a wave where it's just trash, but I've got at least another year of just, like, must-haves. Despite my fandom, like, it's all there. Also... Are you ready for this?
I await with bated breath.
Yeah! Target.com.
Oh no.
Finally delivered unto me the Legends Series 8 Ultimate Warrior and Eddie Guerrero. The two that I pre-ordered after almost cancellation, but certainly like delays and other people getting canceled. Mine came in. And so that's a sigh of relief, because those really haven't showed up. I think they showed up once. Good brother Chad mentioned running into them on a peg once, but they're supposed to be in a shippable inner at one point, and I've never seen that. I've never seen these Legends. Dave, they'd be the...
By rumor, they're out in the wild, but no one's actually witnessed anything.
They dropped once in Lexington, which is where, we hunt largely, but I got nothing. So those are two pre-orders that came in.
Folks, don't do it.
Don't do it, Wizard Baby.
The place to look.
Not for that. Well, hey, that... I talk about them. Chicken Fried Toys, Dime Novel Legends, the Texas Ranger Comic-Con exclusive / whatever, was available through smalljoes.com finally after months of pandemic pre-order nonsense. That's a slow wave. That whole line is slow going with the distribution anyway. Because I think the first wave Kickstarter was like 2016, I want to say. We're talking 3 3/4 cowboy. Basically like G.I. Joes, but for rootin' tootin' cowboys. And so the Texas Ranger, who does look like Freddie Mercury a bit, was finally made available, and it's finally in my hands. No pre-order, just ordered it raw from Small Joe's, because Small Joe's rules, especially for the Chicken Fried Toys. Because I use them to get caught up on the whole collection. Also Amazon, but that's basically through Small Joe's, so fuck, whatever. Pick your poison.
Well, if we're talking pre-orders, I did get 2 of mine in.
Oh, yeah. And now they're at your location right now.
Actually, I've seen a couple people got theirs in today too, so lucky for them. It's the Clone Wars Black Series Mandalorians. So I've got my Mandalorian Loyalist and my Mandalorian Super Commando.
Super Commando.
It's the red guy and the blue guy.
Blue guy.
Yes.
Alright.
Don't take my word for it, I'm colorblind.
It's completely different.
They are basically the same body mold with different helmets and different shoulder pauldrons. But beyond that, same body mold. Same body mold as Jango Fett, as it turns out.
Jango!
My only real complaint are the arms are a little too long. They look out of scale. They make them look, I don't know, weird.
So are these from the show, or is this just, like, fluff? Bonus Mandalorian content?
It's from the Clone Wars cartoon series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, there it is. I also hunted down, there was a big event at Toy Headquarters, a.k.a. Toy Vomit, at Toy Vomit, yeah, on Twitter and Instagram, held an event for the Major Brothers, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast had an event, a signing, and I picked up one figure out of, like I do at Toy Headquarters, because, admittedly, I'm an elite collector. If he has something, barring, like, rare and unusual, or rare and expensive, I'd probably...
The odds are so do you.
Yeah. Like, if it's Mattel, I've got it. It's in the Fig Fed. If it's Jax, I probably had it. So, I'm old. But that's a cool problem to have. But he did have, in his Lucy bin, because I had to buy something, because it was like, come in out of the wind, and also, like, check out what we got. I found a steel ski. Inside the loose bin, they had a Tyler Bate, internet exclusive British wrestler that I just snoozed on Amazon for so long until the pandemic caused the market to shoot way up. So I collect him loose anyway. He'll be a perfect addition to Volter. But yeah, he was an old baggie. So that unboxing is coming soon. Look forward to Tyler Bate in a baggie.
Yeah, I did actually catch the tail end of that event.
Yeah, and that's wild.
I didn't get anything that day just because, they didn't have what I was looking for, and I've been spending too much on eBay. Let's put it that way.
Matt Cardona, formerly known as the, wayward Zack Ryder, put over Toy Headquarters, which is like a block? Maybe? Half a block away from my workplace?
Yeah, it's a block.
He gave it the moniker that it's the greatest wrestling figure store in the world, and I won't disagree with that. And on top, he has the Roddy Piper LJN for $100, but man, all it's missing is the kilt. It has the weird belt complete. I'm talking the big rubbery fucker that the kids would hold over their head at the live events and be like, oh, unbelievable. And they'd have these giant LJN toys, like fucking dolls. And they have a clean Roddy Piper. That's the difference too. He's clean. His skin's not all marked up from doo-doo chocolate hands, so that was tempting, but that's a pretty penny, but that's one Piper figure I'm kind of missing at the moment. Just the one. There's a new one that we'll talk about in a minute. But if that's it for that, is that the hunt is done?
For new stuff, yeah. I mean, I got a Mythic Legions Ogre Legion builder off of eBay, which, sweet figure. Not exactly new. They came out a while ago.
Yeah, but you bought it, so it's new to you.
I bought it, yes. If you're not getting Mythic Legions, if you can afford them, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic toy line.
Too big. Too expensive, but too big. You can't. It's like...
The ogres are 9 inch. It's all 6-inch scale, so the ogres are 9 inches. And I won't be getting any of the trolls. They're ridiculous.
They have a cave troll. Did they make a Rotocast cave troll for Lord of the Rings? I was revisiting Lord of the Rings. Did Toy Biz do that? No, they made the electronic ones. I think they talked about a Rotocast Balrog back in the Toy Fair days, but I don't think they actually made a Rotocast cave troll. I think that was the...
I feel like they made a cave troll. I feel like I own a cave troll.
There's a cave troll, but it's like lights and sounds. It's not, like, economical.
I don't think I own a cave troll that has lights and sounds.
Well,
I'm home, so I can't actually dig around my closet to find it.
It just goes, and like stomps around with its little chain and shit. Because the first wave of Lord of the Rings was rough.
Yes.
But it quickly evolved thanks to Marvel Legends and their styling to something a little more excellent. I remember my buddy's dad actually, that movie changed his world as much as it changed ours, and he like went balls deep into collecting mint on card Lord of the Rings by Toy Biz for every single movie, and he had all the card variants and all the variations on like, because you'd have like Fellowship Strider and then Two Towers Strider, but then they'd remake Strider in the Two Towers carding with better articulation. So he had that too, and then, he had them all. Then he had to go to, like, order off eBay in Canada to get the Ring Wraith, like, the Nazgul King, like, playset thing. Because these were, 6-inch figures, and so the giant demon bird, it wasn't enough to have the Nazgul on top of their creepy critter, like, hawks as well, but he also had to have the king, the Witch King of Angmar set, which was absurd. But he had them all. He had all the cave trolls, for sure. In box. One for Return of the King, one for Fellowship. Just wild. But, that was encouraging for a would-be collector Billy. Like, when I have a job, when I have the ability, I'll collect like that. That, he sets the tone. Where it's like, he's a grown man. He's collecting these mint-on-card things that kick ass. So, you can keep it going. Is fun. What is on the horizon? What's next? That's the segment. The new things, the pre-orders, the things that I don't like not paying for pre-orders, but I've done it twice, 3 times. It's not my favorite thing. I like the money to just leave so it doesn't bother me later. Walmart. But, yeah, things like that. What we got on the horizon that we enjoyed looking at?
Well, let's have a look here. I covered the Alithia Wave reveal on our Twitter account for Mythic Legions.
How do we find that Twitter account?
It is One Stop Geek Shop. Only the O's are all zeros.
What? What?
It's okay. It works.
No!
Yeah? No, it works.
Ilithiad. The Iliad.
Alithia.
Edgar Rice Burroughs presents.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Lots of vampires in that wave. Lots of vampires.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, I didn't, well, if you were to able to get, if it should actually still be going, now that I think of it, the pre-orders should still be open, and they average $35 a figure. Immediately, yeah, but once they hit the open market, they'll jump up to $50.
Right. So it's like Super 7 pricing.
Yeah.
Right on.
If you can get them directly from Four Horsemen, it's cheaper.
Nay.
For a little while.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I've got, still have a lot of open pre-orders from the stuff we got earlier in the year that won't be showing up until the end of the year.
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's
maybe, I say, scrolling past my Transformers, for my Walmart exclusive Transformers.
Oh, that's horseshit. Don't even look. Since Target's 2 for 2 with me in pre-orders, and Walmart is
Yeah, I got some Target pre-orders too.
1 for 3. 1 and 3. Walmart is still insisting. At least it's cool that they think that I might have a chance at that WWE Eternia Snake Viper wrestling ring with Austin and Hogan, but they've also delayed it 1,000 times. The Decade of Dominance is supposed to be out, and it isn't, and that Undertaker's never showed up. I had to buy the 30th anniversary Walmart exclusive Undertaker because it wasn't available online. I had to buy that from someone that was cool in the community to ship to me, loose, because, again, whatever. It's like, but Walmart, why? What is even the point? Pre-order is tragic with their asses. I'm glad I didn't, I'm glad I went secondary, tertiary market for my real Ghostbusters, because who are you going to call? I got everyone I wanted and more, but that was brutal. Brutal. Hate them. Hate that website. I've got the X-Men Transformers Expanse, where Wolverine and Sabretooth will get in Cyclops' guts.
Oh, dear God. Like to each their own, as I have said. To each their own.
Why you gotta make it about butt stuff, dude? Thoughts, feelings, it's just what it's. Does this toy make sense? Because it's a Transformer that's Cyclops, but inside him is too many.
The story, but if it's anything like Ectotron and Gigawatt,
right?
My way, so eat a butt. If it's anything like the two of them, it's going to be a unique character made for a story in the universe. So it's not necessarily Cyclops or Wolverine or anyone. It's just emulating their abilities.
Mutant abilities. Don't trust them. But yeah, I mean, that was exceedingly popular, because it's the Blackbird that turns into, if you haven't seen it, Blackbird that turns into combination Cyclops Wolverine. It has claws, doesn't it?
It has energy claws, which are technically closer to one of Wolverine's daughters in a alternate universe.
Speaking of Marvel, there's Miles Morales and the rest of the animated crew for Spider-Man Wave whatever. 6 figures.
A year late, but who cares? Those figures look fantastic. I am thrilled about it. I'm thrilled about Frogman, of all frigging things.
I want Frogman, and I don't know what he is. But I love the detail of the face underneath the mouth. That rules.
Yes.
Don't know Frogman. Don't know the Frogman. But at least,
It's an old character. It's from the 70s. The original was from the 70s. His son is from the early 2000s, I think.
Son of Frogman. Tadpole.
But and Stiltman, of all things.
Stiltman.
I've seen Snark online saying, "Who asked for Stiltman? Me, motherfucker."
Are
He
they?
looks great. And the fact, the most brilliant part of all of this is they have put Stiltman's legs in the Legion Builder figure, the Hand Ninja. So the more Hand Ninjas you get, the taller Stiltman is going to be.
Do those connect that way?
Yes, they're designed for it. Isn't that genius? I only want 2 Hand Ninjas, but by God, I'm going to be scouring eBay until I can get Stiltman as tall as I am.
It's not that tall, but Miles Morales, I mean...
That's tall for a 6-inch figure.
True. I mean, look, that's a pretty good turnaround time for a Marvel film to have accurate figures without releasing a wave and a half of garbage that doesn't look like the movie at all. Up yours! Decade of Marvel. Fuck you! Make them right the first time, you bastards. Oh well. It's true! They didn't... like, they waited until Infinity War when everyone's dead and gone to release, like, 6-inch figures that actually look like them, sort of. Sorry, Cap. Cap America got done dirty. Every single time.
They need to redo his beard face from the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with that.
That's such an epic moment between him and Thanos, and they didn't do the thing. There's also...
I just want Chris Evans with a beard.
Yeah, goddammit. Just do it. Just do it. There's an other Miles Morales with even more articulation and less clothes. GameStop exclusive, Sentinel. Did you see that guy?
Wait, what now?
Super articulated Miles Morales Spider-Man! GameStop exclusive. Made by Sentinel? I haven't heard of Sentinel.
Oh, Sentinel. Okay, yeah, I know what we're talking about now. You said Sentinel, we were talking Marvel, I was picturing giant robots.
Hulk mutant.
Yes, I know the brand. I know the figure. It looks good. Looks fantastic. It looks expensive.
Yeah, it looks expensive. And fuck GameStop. Like, are they even going to be around to have that figure?
I think this time next year they're going to be an online store.
Well, to hell with it. Rogue and Gambit, Marvel Legends, Target exclusive? Pre-order now! They look like their characters.
I definitely want that Rogue, but now that I'm getting Marvel Legends, like X-Men Marvel Legends again, I held off for a couple years. I'm going to hunt down the first version of Gambit because I don't care what the world says. I like his hair looking like that.
What? They're different?
They're different.
They look like...
The current one has his classic 90s haircut, which is just like conditioned all to crap and poofy. Whereas the first version, his hair is all gelled off to one side.
My God. I don't know what you're talking about.
It stands and leans to the right, like he had his own something about Mary moment. You have to see it to fully understand, but I like it. I like the way it looks. Could
Gambit proton charge his ejaculate and throw it at somebody?
I have the answer to that question. Do you want me to answer that question?
First we charge the card, then we blow it up. Brilliant.
Oh, God.
Great things. Bane McFarlane Build-A-Figure looks really cool, but I don't know what it'd be packaged in, and those toys are onerous. They're very big.
They are their own unique scale, although if you're getting them all just to get Bane and sell them all again, I mean, Bane's always supposed to be big, so that works. Plus, I mean, that Scarecrow is pretty badass.
I don't like the big ones.
He's half a person. He's a floating ghost.
Cool. They're just so damn tall.
He's nothing from the torso down. It's terrible. And he's designed to actually plug onto Bane's back so Bane can carry him around.
Does that happen?
I don't know. I didn't read the comics based on it.
I mean, there's so many
pictures that he plugs onto his back.
Yeah. See, and that's where you were talking about falling back into 6-inch scale, getting all of your X-Men. You know what I did? And it's a little pro tip. I have all those 118 X-Men from, like, not so long ago, and I pretty much have them all, and then that's it. It's over. It's like,
sure. But
I understand the juice for...
deal with that scale still. 118's kind of dead for me.
Why would I stop? There's Cowboys. Why would I stop? In theory, I have all those Rise of Cobra G.I. Joe guys from fucking the movie with their nondescript, like, gray camo. I mean, they look like they want to hunt mutants. So, let them hunt mutants. And be destroyed. Or it just
Yeah,
looks
that
cool
is
on
how
a
it
shelf. Because I've got all the X-Men that I want, except for, like, Bishop? I don't think I have Bishop. I might not have Beast. Like, Beast, not bullshit Cat Beast, but I haven't checked.
He's got Toy Headquarters has a bin of 3 3/4 X-Men figure, or Marvel Legends. The little Marvel ones.
I might see if I can get a Thanos out of there. That's a good... Yeah, because, you know why? Because Toy Headquarters rules.
It really does.
We should get Nathan on, but I don't know if we can afford him.
Not just the nation's best wrestling store,
Oh, shit. Are you going to
but
make
the
your own
nation's
decree?
best independent toy store.
Oh!
Yeah, I'll say it.
Damn, you should put it on Twitter where it counts. Then people could... You tag him and be like, I'll do you one better, Major Pod, and say that best independent toy store in the nation. Worldwide? Might as well go worldwide.
We can't make that. We can't make that boast. I mean, it's probably true, but we can't say it.
Why not? It's America. You
Last
say
time
what I
went
want.
Toy hunting in Venezuela, Billy.
I would get some of those frightening wrestling dolls with the real hair and the shocked.
Oh, yes.
The bootlegs. I need Robert Kopp. I need Robert Kopp from 1 and 2. I need my Robert Kopp fix. Speaking of G.I. Joe, oh god, no, I messed it up even more. Ultimate Edition, swinging around to online exclusives. Write this guy down. ASMR. I've been talking about, they have 3 different looks, and they're going to release one of the 3, the ones that people vote on. It was Jeff Hardy, last one was Ultimate Warrior, right? This next one is HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, featuring his gear from King of the Ring 1995, King of the Ring 1996, and SummerSlam 95. Might be off by a year on one of those, but up yours! And basically, much like the Ultimate Warrior and the Jeff Hardy, it seems to me that basically the molds are the same, it's the deco that they're going to swap around. Which, I mean, I think it's King of the Ring 95 is the one that I want, but it's all the same, like, cake of early, like, mid-90s Shawn Michaels. Not quite dirty enough, but we made Attitude Era Shawn Michaels already, and it's a great Ultimate Edition. So I'm voting for stubbly, classic mullet, decent gear, Shawn Michaels. But that'll be an Amazon exclusive, along with the other 3. Sounds expensive.
That won't be so bad.
But the articulation's rad, and, the details are there. We have the Mandalorian Wave whatever, featuring Quill,
Queel, Grief Karga, and
Cab Calloway.
Moff Gideon.
Cab Calloway.
And yeah, those figures, they look great. You know what? I'm waiting for the season 2 figures.
There's also Dark.
Tomorrow's the next episode, so we can talk about the last one.
But
I want my Mandos.
Mandalorian Monday already happened.
I don't...
Mandalorian Monday. Mando Monday. Hashtag Mando Monday.
Yes.
Quill!
Yes, it happened.
Quill!
But until they announce that we're getting figures of the Mandalorian's version of Bo-Katan,
Stupid name.
and Cosca Reeves, and
Made
Axe Wove, not great names.
I don't want Sasha Banks again. God damn it.
This is my version of Sasha Banks.
It's
You've got your wrestler version.
Boss time!
I've got mine to execute stormtroopers while they're lying on the ground.
Neat!
Right?
Dark Ray. You forgot about Dark Ray in this case, and the Forge lady. It happened in a dream. Hallucination.
Yeah, it happened, I know.
Wasn't real. Was just used for sizzle.
There's so much of that movie.
Release the Snyder Cut. It's coming soon. Threatening you with a terrible time.
Resuppress.
There's the 1/6 scale Wolverine. That's fucking huge. So that's on pre-order.
I guess if you need 12 inches of Wolverine.
Yeah. Little less than 12 though, because he's 5 foot whatever.
Well, sure, it's the scale, so
Bub,
technically
bub, 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 bub.
like 10 and a half.
Bub. And it's not Mando Monday, hashtag Mando Monday, but this is the eve as we record live. And in your ears, it is the eve of G.I. Joe Pulse Friday. Pulse Friday. Yojo.
No. That's all the excitement you're going to get.
Don't go all Cobra on me on this. It's G.I. Joe. handguns.
Look, man.
We
In
might.
25 years that I have been purchasing action figures for myself,
I don't think that math adds
I've
up.
never had the amount of frustration in collecting that I have experienced in the last 8 months of trying to get G.I. Joe figures. Never before.
But-
Buying action figures should not... It should be a joyous thing. It should be something you are happy to have. You've purchased this thing. You have it now, and you're pleased with it. You shouldn't feel relieved.
Oh.
Relief should not be the feeling you have when you actually achieve one of these things. That's terrible.
But that's the thrill of it, right? I mean, that's why we...
No, that's not thrilling. That's bad.
Is that not what we talk about on The Hunt, though? Like, I was relieved that I got my Target pre-order that, yes, I paid for, but it finally came in and wasn't canceled. Yay.
Target's a part of that problem. Hell, Target is a major part of that problem because that's where most of their stress is coming from with their stupid Cobra Island exclusives that no one can buy.
I don't know what that is. What's Cobra Island? You're making shit up now. Is that Burgess Meredith again?
You're just doing this to hurt me on air.
Go rub your ass. I have a Vitruvian Hex, Snake Man.
I would totally love to see some Cobra Law stuff in the 6-inch scale. Doesn't fit, technically. It's a little too sci-fi for them, but still seeing it, getting those figures in that scale would be cool.
Cobra Commander was always a human, never a Snake Man. That's stupid.
Yeah, I accept this.
Hot
I
take.
like to think of the movie as kind of an AU, alternate universe.
Yeah, that's fair. Duke died. Well, fine then. Speaking of, we didn't have one earlier, but I guess it's time. It is that time for the hot toy take. Are you wanting to bleed in, or do you want what you want? What you want to do? Who you mad at this week? And you can tell us who you are mad at, like tweeting at us or hashtag hot toy take spelled normally. Yeah, do that.
What, you don't want to do that with zeros?
Oh God, I don't want to feed
the whole thing, and no one will ever see it.
I don't wish to feed Matt Frewer Twinkies in this dark timeline. Thank you.
Matt Frewer would appreciate it, though.
Are we is that a Mutant Next joke, or is that a Lawnmower Man 2 joke?
Please, no.
He's selling you underwear in your dreams.
Dreams, yeah, that's what those are. Dreams, not nightmares.
Do you have a hot toy take for us? It's just going to bleed into... Mine bleeds into that. Mine
You know
is...
what? We'll let my statement about G.I. Joe be my hot toy take.
Okay.
That the difficulties that we've experienced in the last 8 to 9 months of attempting to collect these things has killed my joy for it.
Fuck.
That is my hot toy take.
No, Joe. So then you're like, fuck you, Hasbro, for being shitty about it.
If they're going to do exclusives, I'm not even going to attempt them anymore. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. We got enough to worry about this year.
I mean, much like Marvel, I'm content with my Joe collection being the super articulated badness of the 35 anniversary ones.
Ooh, those are good figures.
Yeah, like the new retros at Walmart can kiss my ass. No articulation.
New air quotes, folks. Air quotes, new retros. We already have those figures.
Well, we are old. We've been in... I have a card for a...
Those figures aren't even old, dude.
Oh...
They're at most, 6 years old.
False. It's 2020. It's 13 or something. Yeah, 13.
No.
Guaranteed. 13-ish. I have a...
The molds of the figures they're putting out, that Snake Eyes, that Storm Shadow, came from the last wave before they canceled it.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the 35s. The 35s where I tap out after much collecting, and I feel like they really hit their stride, but for some reason had to bail. I'm guessing it's because of retaliation, the botch on the movie timing with the movie figures, but also the release of the film, and there's a lot of weird wiggle room in there where they had the... Was it Pursuit of Cobra?
Pursuit of Cobra was the one that came immediately after Rise of Cobra.
Fucking ruled. That toy line kicked ass.
Hell yeah. They
Real.
released what is still one of my favorite 3 3/4, which was the Night Viper.
You had your Destro with the real currency? Real
Yes.
currency, international and domestic, in a little bag. Easy to lose. I lost 1 stack and I'll never forgive myself. I won't forgive my ex-wife for many things, but that fucking crime. God damn it. You'd ever try to buy
That is
1
the
stack?
straw that broke the camel's back, by God.
It's close. It's very close, because how do you find 1 stack of a rare figure? You try to eBay Destro with the goddamn briefcase. Go ahead. Not Arctic Destro, that's different. That's considered a peg warmer, but not one of mine. But
I still liked him.
Pursuit of...
I
Yeah,
liked the frost effect on his helmet.
that's right. But they had Stalker. You had the baddest Duke on the planet that's basically super armored Royce from Predators. He has the same knife and gun? Same knife, gun, and body type. Like, come on. Was that the one that they released, Billy? Did they release fucking Native American stereotype in that wave, or am I crazy? Yeah, that has the hardcore spirit in it too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ah,
I don't remember what he originally wore. I customized mine ages ago, so he looks even cooler.
Billy! But there it is. Rest in peace, G.I. Joe. Until you come back? Shrug. My hot toy take is literally Walmart pre-orders are the worst. They're trash. I know they don't need us to buy their product. And the mechanism that's bandied about with pre-ordering through Walmart is more of just like a stopgap. But for God's sake, like, just let me order it like anyone else, like any of your competitors. If we're gonna play the capitalism game, let me play the game. I'm Johnny on the spot with the payment. I'm there first. I clicked the little button. I added to cart. Why you gotta monkey with that? That's a sure thing.
That's a fantastic question, actually, that you raised right there. What the hell is their method of deciding who gets these figures and who doesn't? Because it sure isn't. It sure has nothing to do with who gets there first.
No. Because I've heard tell of, like, people have canceled pre-orders and then just ordered it, like, regular when it was in stock, air quotes, and it went through fine. While other people that pre-ordered, like, at drop were canceled, delayed, or what have you. And that's frustrating, because it's like, if capitalism's about the better company and product surviving and thriving through this competition...
Exactly, they clearly aren't it.
It's like, yeah, no, Amazon has let me down on pre-orders, but Ringside never lets me down, and I love you, Ringside, even though we've had our quabbles about little things, like the Chase 1 of 500 and 1 of 1,000 AEW guys. That's okay. They literally dropped, by surprise and by comparison, fuck you Walmart.com, but Ringside literally got the 2-pack Cody Rhodes, Dustin, Blood Brothers set. They dropped the image and the protos on like Monday, and they sold it on Tuesday. It is in the mail, coming to me by the end of the week.
Damn.
Because they were ready. And as Jeremy Padower mentioned, that we are in the stage where all that product, all this merch that we talk about, all these action figures we love, all these companies have to push it out for the holidays, but also just push it out for the end of the year, because they got to start that next quarter. Q1, baby, it's coming.
That's right. I keep forgetting about that.
Which means it'll be a desolate hellscape on the pegs.
Mm-hmm. It is November, that time of year when all of us collectors now have to compete not only with each other, but with every grandparent trying to find something for their child.
Really? Well, yeah. I mean, and it's the same question. I mean, that's testament to the longevity of Kane and The Undertaker. That's still the same fucking question I gotta hear on the toy. Oh, you got Kane? I love the mayor of Knoxville. I love The Undertaker, man. No, I have Decade of Domination, as mentioned before, Undertaker in my pre-order, and it keeps getting pushed back! Until that shipper comes here, and I'll be right as rain, because he's like 4 per case, but for fuck's sake. It's not available anywhere! If it was available elsewhere, I'd have already gone to them. That's why I'm at least glad that they stopped this Chase bullshit of having, like, store exclusives limited to 1 per case per store. The Target fiasco and the Walmart fiasco where they were trading exclusives and nobody was getting either. So Ringside took us in as a community. and just sold those figures on their own. And that's literally how I have them. Yay, ringside. I'll pay that little extra for that peace of mind. Thank you very much. I'd rather be first and not go to Walmart. Especially now. And pay that like $2 extra than to fuck around with breathing with people. And that's the hot take. Walmart talks mad shit, but they rarely deliver.
They do not back it up.
And I say that now because probably tomorrow I'll go to Walmart and it'll be on the pegs and I'll just... I'm not eating my words because that's not a pre-order. So still fuck you. You don't care. But I need...
for their exclusives.
I need my Mark Henry and I need my Decade of Domination Undertaker. Please and thank you. And give me those WWE Eternia Wave 4 too. Because those are hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'll take Masters of the Universe Wave 3? I'll take that too. Love it. Trapjaw. Awesome. Manny Faces. Whatever. Scareglow. Yes. I'm there for it. And there's one more that I don't remember, but
I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not a Masters guy, but I am now, and I think through the limited timeline of this show, I think that we have a complete trajectory of Dave loving the 6-inch G.I. Joes, and now...
being completely burnt out on it.
So,
and it's just that, like, I still love the designs. I love the toys, but it's the distribution and the availability that has killed it for me.
And that's the thing. I mean, toxic relationships and toxic things in general, it is such a relief to not have that anxiety anymore. To just let it go. But here's some things... It's called a segue, bitch. Learn about it. Here's some things we couldn't let go. They're the top 5 peg warmers. Action figures that were just on the pegs instead of the shit you really wanted. And sometimes they stay for years. And so we're going to cover our personal top 5s now. The way I did it was that my number 1 is the one that I saw the most and was most offended by. So that's how I'm doing it. It's like from rate of offense to me in my collecting experience. So there'll be some wrestlers, and I have a few Dark Horse candidates as well, just to keep things a little lively. Swig of Bud Select because it was in my fridge. Cheers. Shit.
Alright, to be completely fair here, my brain doesn't work this way. I don't remember the peg warmers. They're there. They end up becoming background color that I just ignore after a while. I know 1 or 2 at best. So we're going to let Billy do his top 5, and I'll mention the one that I've got.
Mother of God. Well, I'm glad I've got these.
I can't. It's just background noise. Irritating, ugly background noise.
You could do what I did. I did a Google search for some of these to be like, peg warmers. And then the memories came flooding me like, oh, fuck yeah, that's right.
That's a fair point. That would have been a good idea.
Didn't hurt working two stints in the TRU. So I got a little extra time. And no, yeah, that's fine because I got some extra goodness that we can really riff. We got some tight anecdotes that maybe you don't remember right now, but no! Dave dropped off because he's a coward and a fiend. I'm putting him on, and this is the joy of shooting it live. Maybe his cricket ran out of battery.
Is that what happened?
Did your jitterbug die?
I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was hearing you talk, and the next you just hung up on me. Live on the air.
You hung up on me!
Impossible.
Number 5. I put them in order. Where'd they go? Son of a bitch. Oh, there it is. Shit. Top 5. Number 5. Let's see. Magic. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I didn't put these in order. That's my bad. I'll do an easy one. Rusev. NXT Wave.
Oh, God, I've seen that figure.
Exclusive to Mattel. Or exclusive to Target by Mattel. I think it was Wave 2 or 3. Big yellow package. It's not the Rusev that we came to know. It's the Rusev that was the prototype. So, wrestling figure fans certainly know. But if you don't know, his look on the main roster was biker shorts for his country, which... not Kazakhstan. What? Kazakhstan? Maybe. Like Borat.
I don't know. This is your area of expertise.
Yeah. But he had bikers, so the short trunks, and no boots. However, his NXT debut look, which is what they were trying to do with like Seth Rollins as Tyler Black, yada yada, he was complete with a brown towel, mussy hair, and a big old 2x4. No idea. So, and it just sat there. I think that was the same wave as Ember Moon, which I should have... But it kills me to this day that I didn't get Ember Moon! Well, I thought they'd make more than one figure of a woman of color on their roster, but... WWE's racist!
More fool you.
You want to wait... You want me to do one more, or you got something to interlude, or...
I'll give you a peg warmer that I thought didn't deserve it.
That's fair.
Like, this was a figure that people slept on.
He was a good boy.
Marvel Legends Gwenpool.
What the?
There isn't a single store you could hit that didn't have at least 3 pegs filled with her figure.
Oh, yeah.
A good figure.
You could get that for cheapski, too. Walmart clearance that out.
I think they just give it away now. You buy milk and eggs, and they just stick one in the cart with you.
I think that's just the Nicholasville Road. Deep cut, Walmart. But yeah, she was on clearance for a bit here. She was like $12, and I was like, wow, I don't collect that, but right on.
It's unfair. It's a great figure. Alternate head. You've got the alternate hands with hand gestures. She had her cell phone. Come on, guys. Show Gwenpool some love.
Maybe toy producers were right, and women don't sell. Ah!
Get that Mattel talk out of here.
Mattel. I thought it was Hasbro, because Rose Tico is not on this list. Kiss my ass. That's just bitter fanboys right there. I'll do another wrestling one that is on the back end. Number 4. Yeah. Number 4, Dr. Death by Jakks Pacific, WrestleMania 15. Infamous for being with Jacqueline, another woman of color figure that kind of didn't sell, because again, they overproduced these guys. Dr. Death, wearing gear nobody recognized. It was Mark Henry body, but it was made to look like he had red, like, trunks on, or like shorts, with a little skull and crossbones, and then he had like a white undershirt, and he's just like a chubby white guy with like a face, and his hair is mussed. And that's it. And he wasn't on TV long, because he got injured during the Brawl for All, but he was supposed to have a major push going into WrestleMania 15. Hard sell because his name's Dr. Death Steve Williams, which was Steve Austin's shoot name, so he had to change to Steve Austin. But, yeah, he didn't have any TV time. And the figure wasn't all that spectacular. He had white sneakers. A little chubby guy. He was your dad's friend at a barbecue. His expression was like 2 seconds shy of, saying something inappropriate to your middle school aged sister. Like, that's what he looked like. With his grabby hands, because he's still Mark Henry body mold. But, yeah. That's that for that. I'll tag on a Toys R Us exclusive when I worked at Toys R Us the last time. And it was a peg warmer, both as a collector and as a thing. When Mattel had the line, they did a WWE Network Spotlight, which was, again, like NXT, prototype versions of main, like, Hall of Famers. You had your Hunter Hearst Helmsley with the riding coat and all that shit. But they made Ringmaster Steve Austin, where he kind of had hair and no goatee and, like, green trunks. It was when he was manager and working, not manager, but, like, he was working with Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. So he came with the $1 Million title, and he didn't look like Stone Cold, and it's a $20 figure, and they could not give that motherfucker away, and there were cases of it. Like, I see the appeal, and like today I'm sure it's worth a lot, but at least in this area, that figure you couldn't give away. It was kind of the same, like, not exactly the same, but they had Network Spotlight Undertaker with a soft goods robe that just sat there. People don't want to buy, at least now, I mean, pandemic changed it all, but at the time, people don't like buying the Undertaker with just the chin goatee. The late 90s Undertaker, demonic Undertaker, he does not sell very well. And I don't know why that is. It's cool for me because I get good deals on his figure, but yeah, it's not a favored era, so they learned their lesson from that one. But it's a really cool figure if you grab it. I don't know what Ringmaster Steve Austin goes for now, I'm sure it's too much, because again, I had to make space around the Ringmaster Steve Austins to try and put out the new product that I also wanted to see on the shelf. So I'm trying... Sorry, Lexington Toys R Us people from like 2016. If you guys were looking for wrestling figures, I was trying to have your back, unless you hid that case from me, because I needed those Dudley boys, you bastard, and you fucking hid them on me. Up yours. I'm sorry, I get fucked up. Dave, what do you have?
Well, one of the figures I'm tired of seeing, and I'm justified in this one, I think everyone's tired of seeing it, is that pathetic excuse of a Cannonball figure from the Wendigo line, Marvel Legends. I mean, it's understandable. I know I wanted the damn thing, unless you were actually building Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Like, he's half a figure.
Cannonball.
Like, he should... Cannonball, yes, Sam Guthrie. He's from Kentucky.
Puck.
No.
Are you thinking of Puck?
He's Canadian.
I'm thinking Puck. It's not
You're
Puck.
no. Cannonball.
No idea. What?
Look him up. Marvel Legend, Cannonball.
You're on my phone! Is he the guy that's...
He's designed for it, too. Like, he actually comes off of his explosion blasting base.
Oh, yeah, he's half-boy. I know that guy.
Yes.
He sells...
I actually have one of these things, and the only reason I do is because I paid $5 for it. There was no way in hell I was paying more than that.
He looks like he's in agony.
Building legs for him. That was the only reason.
My legs!
We're going to have a version of him not doing, or with legs in the future. Like, they can't not do that. But I'm sick to death of seeing that figure.
Me too.
Not just for the fact that, like, if it's taking up pegs, but for the fact that it exists. It's an insult.
Makes me sick. On my late stage Toys R Us excursions, there was a movie that came out. Actually, no, this was first run. I think it was... No, hold up. So at the tail end, I leave Toys R Us 2008. And with that, not so long after that, comes Edward Norton's The Incredible Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And there was a full toy line of this.
Yes, there was.
But it was mostly just Hulk. They made Abomination, and they made Tim Roth with another guy, but largely each case was like 4 Hulks and 1 Abomination, 1 other character of your choosing. So
different Hulks, different powers, some punch, some jump.
Yeah.
At least one kind of does some kind of gut crunch thing that looks like it's constipated.
Herbs! Someone thought it was a good idea to have the main protagonist 4 per case.
But that's who people want to buy, Billy.
Sure, 1 or 2. He doesn't change. He's not different. He's just big and green and strong. So that leads to a lot of flooding across the stores, too, because Meijer. Meijer doesn't sell toys sometimes, and some Hulk proved it. Walmart's. So they flooded the stores with these things. This thing was such a peg warmer. When I returned to Toys R Us in 2016, they still had like a stripe of specifically Power Glow and Mega Clap Hulk from the Incredible Hulk for like
oh my God.
$12.99. So that toy would never leave. It would never leave. I was shocked and horrified when I saw that. It's like I'm working action figures and then there's just like a stripe in the clearance aisle. $12.98. It's like, awesome. There's so many of these. Make them leave. Do you have... Is that it? Are you done on yours? Because I'll just go. Because we finished strong on this last one.
I've got one more.
Okay. Hit me with that, and then I got the sauce. Don't worry about it.
So back when they did the Smart Hulk wave last year.
Oh, no.
Right, it had a lot of great figures in the wave. You had Rescue Loki. You had Beta Ray Bill. Bojack Horseman.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The War Machine, love that figure.
I'm paralyzed.
I'm still customizing mine. It has so many weapons now. That's the big, massive War Machine from Infinity War.
He should have died.
Yeah. Better he didn't.
Civil War.
More action figures. Nevertheless, but you also had Shuri and Rock Python. And Shuri's a good figure. But she was all over the place. The thing of it is that Rock Python is still all over the place. This wave came out last year, and they're still sticking him on the pegs. You can't get rid of him. You can't get past him. You can't hide from him. He's everywhere.
Who am I going to have to fight my Constable Zuvio?
Oh, Constable Zuvio. The unsung hero.
Why Constable Zuvio?
Where's our Constable Zuvio cut? Release the Constable Zuvio cut.
Green Lantern, the entire wave.
Oh, that's its own story.
Similar to Green Lantern, the entire wave, because it hurts my heart.
That's going to be my final, though. I'm sick to death of seeing Rock Python. He's still there. We're so many waves past that point now, and he won't go away. And
you said you didn't have any figs at your store. Look at you. You got Rock Pythons and fucking Fireball guy.
Marvel Legends,
Cannonball dude. Yeah, it's feast or famine with Marvel Legends, I've noticed.
Yeah. Transformers is that way too half the time.
Back in 2009, we had a little something called the Kelvinverse sprung upon us in the Star Trek fandom. And with that, a bold new toy line by Playmates. 3-inch scale, tons of possibilities for playsets. You had the bridge, you had the transporter room. Each figure came with like a build-a-bridge piece. You could put it all together with the main bridge playset. So it rolls.
A neat idea.
I still have it. I still have that set. I love that set. And then they made, with that, they also made 6-inch figures, which were literally the same, but do it bigger.
You just scaled them up, and it's all the same detail as the Terminator Salvation figures.
So, not much at all, really.
You know, it's kind of like a bad wax impression.
And with that...
scaled up to 6-inch.
Because I made a custom so that Chekhov could be in his yellows. And I made a custom so that McCoy could be in his blues. Because Chekhov and McCoy are in their weird red trainee outfit. Both waves. So the 6-inch figures, you had end caps across the country. It's like end caps of Star Trek figures that are just dudes in red jumpsuits. Because it doesn't look like anything. Except shit, because their head sculpts are trash. RealScan exists at this time. So why? Don't know.
I said bad wax impressions.
And they were going to have a second wave, at least of the small ones, that was going to be really cool. With the like flight suit guys, with the little clam head dude, snow versions, and some more villains. And they couldn't, because how could you justify that when the pegs are full of these fucking ginormous, like, low articulation 6-inch nonsense figures? Way to go, Playmates. You really fucked yourself on this one. Can't wait for those Star Trek Discovery figures to never exist, you bastards. How many people have done Star Trek better than Playmates now? I mean, they used to be the kings, but now it's like everyone but NECA has done Star Trek pretty well. Is it Diamond? And the other ones? Silly Willy and the Glue Factory? But speaking of killing things that I love, in 2008, a year before, we had the great toy line that, like, peak fandom. I'm staring at a shelf literally full of mint in box, spared no expense, and even a lost wave. Indiana Jones. For the release of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Yay! We had figures. 2 waves that I think it was 2 waves that consisted of every film being represented. All 3 films and the 4th Crystal Skull. Okay, it's 3 waves. 2 waves had the throwbacks, and 1 wave was all Crystal Skull. I think.
Yeah, with Mutt Williams.
Mutt Williams.
This is going.
Yeah. Not just Mutt Williams in the jacket, because that toy made sense. Mutt Williams without the jacket, from like a set picture, is just a gray t-shirt. I don't even think it happens in the movie for longer than 5 minutes, maybe? The end? Maybe? And the fact that each case came with, because I remember it was 12 per case, because it was the old Star Wars 3 3/4 like box setup. So you'd get half of one wave and half of another wave. Every wave came with a little bit of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So if you got Raiders of the Lost Ark, cool. But it also had like 4 or 6 Crystal Skull guys. So inevitably, you're getting at least 2 Mutt Williams in every case. At least 2. So
eventually, all you have on the pegs are Mutt Williams, and because the pegs are full, they're not going to order more.
Because that sculpt is also tragic, and the understanding of anatomy on his weird t-shirt body is horseshit.
Never mind his weird haircut.
It's all bad. It's all bad. And those figures would haunt me until the day I died as well. I don't even think the artifact that came with them, because each figure came with a little cardboard box that had a little accessory inside that was hidden. And so you'd unearth it and be like, oh, cool, that's a prop from another movie. You know, that's a different version of the Cross of Coronado. Cool!
I have to point out that all of those little artifacts were never in scale to the figure either.
No.
No, they were much larger.
But some of them were pretty rad, because some of them were just unrelated to anything. Cool, they were just neat, little tchotchkes. But because Mutt Williams choked it up, we did not get the Lost Wave, which was a reproduction of the original Raiders of the Lost Ark wave, with Tote, the German mechanic, another version of Marion, Indy in like Nazi disguise, and another basic Indy. And that didn't get released because of that. The potential was still there for at least 2 more waves, by my reckoning, and I'm a big Indy guy. So, at least 2 more waves could have happened. But because of fucking Mutt Williams, shit got cancelled. Oh, and Tote. You have to have your Tote. You know, with alternate head. But thankfully, San Diego Comic-Con saved my bacon on that one, released a box set, which I have. Staring at it right now, and it's beautiful. But fuck you, Mutt Williams. We could have had, like, crazy deep dive shit. I could have gotten a real Sala. Why you no make Sala? Could have gotten a fucking Marcus Brody. Could have gotten battle-damaged Henry Jones Sr. The list goes on. But, thanks to fucking dickhead... What's his nuts? They made a song about him once.
Marketing.
Yeah, it's terrible. Speaking of poor decisions that also happened to feature Shia LaBeouf, I got it. There's one that Dave and I witnessed in person. The ultimate peg warmer. By accident. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I may have blocked it from my mind. You're going to bring back traumatic memories.
So we're working at Toys R Us 2007. And the movie for Transformers is about to come out. But before then, in Lexington, BotCon is there. And because BotCon is in Lexington, we get a shipment, unbeknownst to most of us, of Transformers Origins? Is that it?
Were you talking about the very first, the Classics wave?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Classics. Transformers Classics was the first one.
So it was Megatron as a Nerf gun, Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream. Was that it for the first wave?
Oh God.
It was 4?
Grimlock, there was...
No, that's future waves. I think that was it for the first wave.
I think it was them, yeah.
It was just 4?
Probably another one, but I can't...
There's 2 Voyager and then 2 whatever class, yeah. So, the BotCon nerds are there, and we make like a rounder for it, and all the staff are chuffed. We didn't know this shit was happening. Got me in on it. We all buy our respective just like big hunk of Transformers goodness, and management is so like blown away by this that they order more. But they don't order for the next wave. In fact, they just order the peggable ones. So what you end up with is a whole... Because Starscream, and he's the man, so he sells really well. But Bumblebee, especially this version of Bumblebee, he's not a sports car in this one. He was a... Was he...
It's kind of a take on the... on just like a little sports coupe.
Yeah.
A little 2-door thing.
Bumblebee becomes a peg warmer. Because they fill this entire end cap with all of this merch that they ordered. But they didn't pay attention to what they were ordering. So they only ordered a ton of the preview figure. It's one figure. It's one SKU. It doesn't refresh. It just stays there. So for a long while, we just had an entire end cap of peggable bumblebees, thus
They
slowing...
didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just gathering dust, staring forlornly at all the people that ignored them.
Meanwhile, Target and Walmart are getting, like, wave 2, wave
after
3.
Wave after wave.
And you get to hear about these Transformers don't sell like shit. And then,
That's a lot for that.
because it was Transformers and that was the case, where they had maxed out on that SKU number, they thought that they had it, and Toys R Us had a thing at the time, key items. You would see on the sticker, it'd have a bunch of little asterisks, stars, and those were key items, meaning that you preserved that spot, regardless of what happens. Planogram won't change for this. You need 4 pegs for this item.
It needs to be right out front where people can see it, because that's what they want.
Yes, but because they blew up, they shot their wad on these fucking bumblebees, the key item was still Transformers Classics, but that's not what we had. So that meant that the key item was never fulfilled, because they were considering the other one to be that item. So we were like, we had a stretch of being just woefully behind on Transformers. We didn't get a case. It never happened. And they would be like, oh, why is this wall blank? Like, because you fucked up the system. It's like, and thus...
That happens with a lot of stores. I think that's primarily where most of our peg warmers come from. Collectors get excited about the first wave of something, buy it out completely. The people running the store who have no clue what the hell they're actually doing, or any actual understanding of what's collectible, think, oh wow, this sells really well. Buy 7 more cases of this.
Just the one, though.
7 more cases of Wave 1 show up, one of those cases sells, and the rest just gather dust.
As the others accumulate in the queue, in the backlog, until they skip one, or they skip 2, or whatever. And then we're all doomed. Have lived, am living currently, except not. Thanks, Ringside.
Yeah, which is why online sales are jumping up so quickly.
Top Picks did that with wrestling, because Top Picks used to, still kind of does, looked so much like the basic elites that people would just be like, whatever, and just consider one to be the other. So you just end up with a ton of AJ Styles, who was not mentioned as a peg warmer because he still sells, damn it. But he's fucking everywhere. And it's because of that thing where it's like they just blend the stripes because they look the same. If you don't read Top Picks on the corner or don't care to read it, it all looks the same. Because basically, they are. And that's the real tragedy of it. We end on tragedy. Is there anything we can... Is there anything we can do to liven this peg warmer up? No.
We can hope for the future. That's
Order online. Support smaller independent businesses. Go to a Kickstarter. I know Chicken Fried Toys is doing a Kickstarter right now for the Calvary and their badass, like, Badland Outlaws. It's going to take a minute, though. But support them. I use Small Joe's. That's also kind of small. There's Vitruvian Hacks. They run around.
Vitruvian Hacks, those are sweet.
Boss Fight rules. Got to get my Penta from them as well, because got to have them in red gear. Who's the other one? Oh, who's the guys? Because you were so disheartened by G.I. Joe, but you did find that dude that made the 6-inch scale badassery.
Bobby Vala. That's the Valaverse stuff. Action Force.
Yeah, that's right, because he's making the Slaughter.
I think they're slated for March so far. But, those look sweet. They've already showcased what their Wave 2 is going to be. Those, and they're doing fantastic weapon sets as well, so.
So there it is. That's the show. That's what we'll end on. Support your local toy manufacturer, because that's the silver lining of this.
Support the independent companies, yeah.
They put the pressure by existing on the big guys, and we all win in the end. Or at least we try to.
Certainly try to.
That'll wrap it up for us. I am Billy at @the_swan_man. Like, share, follow, subscribe, watch all that YouTube goodness. We'll tweet some shit out.
I am David at Ricochet_19. Yes, like, subscribe, most importantly, share. Inflict us upon your friends and family.
Hell yeah, we gotta tweet out to Toy Headquarters, aka Toy Vomit, #1 in the world. Never grow up. Never.
Never.
Yeah! Where's the...